So, guys, Canadian immigration has announced landsliding changes towards the study permit program once again. And this time, it is not just the study program, it is basically the postgraduate work permit. Well, all those people who come to Canada to study as international students are generally interested in the postgraduate work permit more than the study permit by itself, because studying in Canada fetches you a PGWP. In this particular combination, IRCC announced landsliding changes, and uh, practically speaking, it has become very difficult now. But in this video, we will talk about all the details on who's eligible for a PGWP, what kind of programs, what are the changes. Everything will be explained in detail. So, if you are planning to study in Canada in the near future, then you should be watching this video up until the end. My name is Sahil. I'll see you on the other side. Guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice here in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to speak with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of moving to Canada, then this is a channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So, guys, we are discussing the landsliding changes that were announced by IRCC, and they were supposed to come in effect shortly, which means November the 1st, which is just around the corner. And the details have been announced, and they're not looking promising. um, Apparently, the study program, which happened to be the star of Canadian immigration, because study was linked to postgraduate fetched you Canadian experience class fetched you lower express entry cutoffs. Lower express entry cutoffs meant Canadian PR. So you see how the chain was built. Apparently, with these changes coming in, this particular change is going to be even harder, because the postgraduate work permit is severely impacted now. Now, without any further, spice up, let's just look at what are the changes. Okay, guys. Now, what IRCC says is that, let me just bring it on the screen. Okay, all the changes that I'm about to discuss with you today are going to be applicable starting November the 1st, 2024, which means if you apply before November the 1st of 2024, you can clearly go ahead with your PGWP applications. There is no problem. But starting November the 1st, 2024, if you apply for a PGWP, then there are a couple of things that you should be aware about. Now, there are two sets of people that we will talk about today. And let me first tell you what kind of set are we talking about. So, first set of person is a student who is already possessing a study permit. Okay. Second set of an individual is basically uh, a person who will be applying for a study permit on or after November the 1st. Now, first, let's talk about what are the changes for people who have an existing study permit, but they will apply for a PGWP after this. Okay. So, if you are applying for a PGWP on or after November the 1st, 2024, um, and you already had a study permit, right? So this is pretty obvious. If you had a study permit before this, um, and you're applying for a PGWP on or after November 1st, 2024, there are language requirements now, which is very common and very easily available. First, if you studied or if you graduated with a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a doctoral degree from a university, then your language requirements have been pumped up to NCLC 7 or CLB 7, which is including French and English. If you graduated with any other university program, for example, a diploma or any other certificate program, but from a university specifically, then also your CLB 7 requirements and your NCLC 7 requirements are there. So CLB 7 basically means IELTS listening 6, reading 6, writing 6, and speaking 6. If you're giving CELPIP, then it's 77777, and then there is PTE also involved, right? If you graduated in the past from a college program, then your language requirements are sitting at CLB 5, which is a bit lower. But yes, and please note again, if you already have a study permit and you are applying for a PGWP on or after November the 1st, 2024. Now, for example, um, your program is completing December, January, or the coming this, the coming times, then this new language requirement is there. But even severe impact is for people who will be applying for a study permit on or after November the 1st of 2024. Now that is very important, which even gets impacted further. Now, it says clearly, if you submit your study permit application on or after the November 1st, 2024, then not only do you get impacted by English, you will also get impacted by the type of program. Now, this is even bigger news. So let's just break it down for your better understanding. It does not only get impacted by the language, it also gets impacted by the field of study. Now, first is the person who graduated from a university bachelor degree, master's degree, or doctoral program. Again, no changes in language because language is there. IELTS, CLB 7 in English or NCLC 7. Along with that, there is no field or study requirement. All fields are eligible for it. This is a good part. There is no field or of study requirement. But here is where it gets interesting. If you graduate from any other university program, in addition to language, you will also have to tie up your field of study in order to get a PGWP. And same goes for any college program or any other private college or public college or whatever. Although private colleges don't get a PGWP, but if you graduate from a college for a certificate or a diploma program, again, in addition to language, which is CLB 5, you will have to match your field of study requirements as well. So both of these have a field of study requirement. So what is field of study? This is very important for you to understand. Field of study, IRCC has identified 966 codes of education which are only allowed to apply for PGWP. Okay. Now, and we will also talk about how to identify this, what is your program code like, because people are really confused at what is their program code. Okay. So I'll teach you how to find your right program code. But let's just first have a look at this. The field of study category is, for example, agriculture. There is a code attached to it, and there is a broad CIP 2021 title. The broad titles or broad categories are: if your field of study is in agriculture or agri, healthcare, STEM category, trade or transport. Okay, now within this, if you see, so many fields are there, right? Plant sciences and all. Now, how do you know which program are you gearing into? Now, for this, you will go on to Google and you'll put CIP codes 2021. Okay, and you click on the first Statistic Canada link. If you click on this, you will land onto this particular page which says classification of instructional program CIP Canada 2021. Within this page, you will go on to this PDF format. Okay, and you click on this particular PDF here, and this PDF opens into something like this. Okay, now here you can search for your program. For example, the famous program that people normally do is International Business Management. Okay, if you search for this particular program here, now 521101, if we search for this particular program here, on top filter items, it says showing 0 of 0, which means if you are doing international business management any further in Canada, you will not get PGWP. Guys, this is breaking news. Again, let's just look at more. Say, for example, uh, say business analytics, okay, or say very famous marketing. People do marketing management. Okay, so if people are doing marketing management courses, then apparel and textile, no. Let's just look at marketing management. Within marketing, if you do this course 52.1401, then let's see if this one is eligible. Oh no, even marketing management is not eligible. Guys, this is, again, I'm telling you, this is breaking news. If you are trying to do supply chain management, okay, so if you do supply chain management, um, within this, okay, So logistics, business administration, if you try to find supply chain management, yes, it's eligible. See, you got this number. So this is how you have to search for your program code. You could also get your colleagues help in identifying your CIP code. But guys, let me tell you, starting, so recapping what changes have been announced by IRCC. If you are applying for your PGWP up until 31st of October, yeah, October has 31 days, right? Yeah, 31st of October. So if you are applying for your PGWP before 31st of October, no changes for you. Okay. If you are applying for a PGWP on or after 1st of November, which means you've already completed your study program, right? So it doesn't affect you. You are absolutely free from all the changes. But one change, one important change, you will require a language test, which will be either English or French. You have to appear for language and then you go ahead and apply for your PGWP. Okay. So if you have a study permit, then no bigger change except an IELTS requirement. Okay. Now, the more intricate changes or important or intense changes are happening for people who are applying for study permits starting November the 1st, 2024. Now, for those people, again, there are two categories. One is people who are applying for masters, bachelors, or doctoral programs in universities. For you guys, only language changes and all study fields are okay. But for people who are going to be doing um, any other level of course from a university or who are going to a college, guys, you are required to not only produce language, but you are also supposed to take care of your field of study. So these are broad categories, but very important. People who are inside Canada, guys, most of you might not be affected. Obviously, you have to go into your cases, but people who are talking about study permit extensions. Okay, now IRCC has not yet clarified about study permit extensions, but for safety purposes, we will highly recommend that you go ahead. If you are changing a course, if you're taking another admission on or after November, which means January intake, March intake, April intake, May, September intake next year, you guys should reconsider your decisions, and or probably you want to apply for your study permit extensions right now, or you want to consider going into a designated field of study so that you can reap the full benefits of a PGWP. Guys, PGWP, while these are the groundbreaking changes, the length of PGWPs are a different issue altogether, which we've already talked about at length in the other videos. But yes, the length of PGWPs is itself a bigger problem. Guys, overall, these changes are severely going to impact the face of study permit in Canada, because a lot of people come to Canada to study, and then they want to make it as their pathway for PR. And with these changes coming in, a lot of people will shy away from applying for these study permits, because um, they might not get admission, or certain programs might get difficult, or even they want to change programs, right? Or even they want to change level of colleges, because not only that, now PGWP is attached to spousal open work permit. They are also going to see certain changes in the coming times. The length of PGWPs will also be varying in the coming times, so everything is going haywire. So do consider your decisions properly. Do make your career choices and your program choices wisely. And if you need any help with us, do let us know. We will be able to help you in making the right decision. Again, we hope and we wish that you really get time to come to Canada really soon. We hope your visas come through. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do consider subscribing and helping us sail through this journey. Wish you all the best, and we hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.